journey. Coffee about money, no be your money, yo. Self-made money. This life we dey see be road, oh. Long journey. So why you go fit out, say you tired? As boys they work and boys they hammer. Baby mama they call for the money. We are the ones say one day we go make our. So I say, time no day, yeah. Before you go make a people sweat to brother. Time no day, yeah. Before you go make a people sweat to my sister. Sister, like the way you tell me the way, oh, get it. If you don't be that way, then get it, yeah. Baby, we gon' be alright. Everything will be fine. As we the journey to the party, don't forget to make somebody happy. Because the world is a cycle. And remember, don't buy the hearts and feed you. Time no day, yeah. Before you go make up people sweat to brother. Time no day, yeah. Before you go make up people sweat to my sister. Money no be your money, yo. Self-made money. This life we dey see be road, oh. Baby, be strong. Oh yeah, we gon' be alright. Don't do it, we gon' be alright. Don't do it, we gon' be alright. Baby, be strong. Baby, I say be strong. Oh yeah.
Island girl, them wanna freak. Body like a coke bottle, him wanna peek. These bitches can't stand me, said it's best to have a seat. Cause if I really pull up 100 bitches on fleek, yeah. Riding in the foreign yop. Big butts and tummy tucks. Only fuck 'em if the nigga suck. On the paper chase, every day I run it up. These bitches mad cause I ain't never give a fuck. Career lit, my life great, I'm type paid. Nails done, pussy tight, keep my hair in the space.
You say me, Messiah. You say this love not be work for you, so you no go retire. Stop complaining, baby, stop complaining. I say I love you, but today you don't want complaining. I swear, the moon and the stars.
Oh yeah, stop complaining. Shatawale. Oh yes, Shatawale. Time check in the studio. 42 minutes past 12. Those of you live on YouTube and Facebook, yes, you can see that I'm in my African wear regalia, and you can see the honorable man sitting. Oh yes, the year has started again, and since it has always been our tradition, beginning of the year, middle of the year, and at the end of the year, to have an interaction with him. For the past 2 years, we've been having it in his home. The first edition started here, and as he's bringing, or he's just brought his work to an end, what the good people of Kentamponof sent him to do. Therefore, today we are here to do what previously others call it accounting for the people, or the accounting to the people. So today is going to account for his 4-year term stewardship. Then we shall see whether he has really done better or not. And we know where he took the party. Let's start from the party first. Where he took the party from, where he's kept the party, and where does he think the party is going? In Kintampo North. And then we look at where was Kintampo North? Where did he put Kintampo North? And where does he think Kintampo North will go to? And then we look at some particular issues that usually when you go you don't hear that one on air. You hear it from the basis. And those of you who are grassroots, when we say the basis, you know. Where you see 10, 20 people gathered, 100 people gathered. Those people, they are proper kingmakers. Never underestimate them at all. You underestimate them at your own peril. Yes. And then we look at his own future. Where is he going to go to? We all know that he's a professional farmer. He hasn't stopped farming anyway, but let's say within the 4 years, because he was serving the good people, some people are taking care of the farms for him. Is he going back to his farm and is he leaving politics? Because we all know that he decided not to contest again. So stay tuned. In the next 1 minute or two, I shall formally call him to speak.
Yeah, baby, what up? Yeah, you are my angel, my darling. Yeah. The things they do for me, things they do, I don't forget. Yeah. Oh, I think about it, I think about it. Oh, we're gonna be alright, my dear. Because I know you be super, baby. For you, I said maybe one, maybe two. I go take bullet for you. Make I protect you with my bullet. I said maybe one, maybe two. I go take bullet for you. Make I protect you with my bullet. Say me, I be your Messiah.
Vinash, other force, open baby, open kitty, a papa, to make quality but very affordable. That would they call wedding, outdoor, naming ceremony, birthday celebration, and a woman and a groom now come. And a baby, our opesa wa faden bay African way, Amawa dance, Padia, they have been
say PFM.
I come for them, my horn so open smoke, a papa, chair, it's simple but a curry papa pan, dear, any air, hot and obey biato, sounds now pay African way, Pabua, be what or show chicken Abeka La Paz and Accra Lawrence Park 2nd Gate and after our Hamatu for so 026-598-4641 026-598-4641 and 0244-857333 and 0244-737236 and so what approach Atlanta, Georgia, dear show what you call Zenison Boutique 438 Racetrack Road, McDonald and I send what email GBINNYE67@gmail.com and after our Hamatu for so 001-404-426-4948 and 001-678-554-6062 Vinash Clothing and I say home of style. Ope baby papa pie median papa pedi ama wato no wenya sumdenya pomodin e dia ye wantuma ama wotumi nyi sika so de gugu to one first tank wasa ya ready na baby ba ko pe e na me kanfo dem e ho any choice cuisine for some kind say open breakfast open lunch open supper open smoothies open ice mint tea open fried yam ne chicken you and be open both local and continental and now obenya di ama wenya pomodin die na ye choice cuisine e na me kanfo dem choice cuisine for some me can't say oba ha beto ade na so frɛ a place order the ma engagement e the ma wedding e the ma birthday ceremonies e the ma parties say ade bia obeya obehi duane say office for e na mo all down poor munya 10% discount e ho so better sound dia onya free wifi a obetumi dia browse a check emails ni amane ama e bra wo didi ana bra wo twa wo twa waduane ntipa baabi na wo ne odofo bi akotena se enya aduane papa didi a na baabi a meme kanfo e de ma wo e ho ene choice cuisine hwehwe wo chikwan 58 Garden Street East Legon Accra a ben mox no na Mass International ana IDEC e ho e na obehu choice cuisine for achikwan hwehwe won e wo ahamatru for so 0551 754258 0551 754258
Obi agudo kwira na mi adoro.
Te chivivie rajikpi la novinya mafia onudu pada si rajikpi alagbegbe the Peppers Restaurant chikele Baria Golf Filling Station ama Community 25 hugodonu dudu cho China India klubu buaoli eye mianu to miapa ndudu abe akplen banku ete ablajo klubu buao atan ayo ha na wosronde de jigbezan kutepe klowona bubuo kata atan yo le 0550 344 344 na wa chondudua avena o le fisha fisikana la yida www.thepeppersghana.com na na kwa wopon wana wo kata the Peppers Restaurant the chivivie raji nyata po
Vinash other force ope baby a obenya kente apapapa to meche quality but very affordable na what they call wedding outdoor naming ceremony birthday celebration and adwuma na ko anakrom na ko na baby bia akwa opese wa fade no be African wear ama wa dance shonkon padia na ye Vinash clothings and American for them my hon so ope smoke apapapa meche esimu batakari papa ne dia ene ho na obenya bia to sans na ope African wear mpaboa benye bi wato hwewachi kwan ewo Abekan La Paz ana Accra Lawrence Park second gate ana fro ewo hamatru for iso 0265984641 0265984641 ana 0244857333 ana 0244737236 ana sewo abroche mete Atlanta Georgia dia hwewachi kwan wa Zenison Boutique 438 Racetrack Road McDonald ana send wo email wo gbinye67@gmail.com and after ever hamatru for so 0014044264948 and 0016785546062 Vinash Clothing sana yesi home of style.
Te chivivie rajikpi la novinya mafia onudu pada si rajikpi alagbegbe the Peppers Restaurant chikele Baria Golf Filling Station ama Community 25 hugodonu dudu cho China India klubu buaoli eye mianu to miapa ndudu abe akplen banku ete ablajo klubu buao atan ayo ha na wosronde de jigbezan kutepe klowona bubuo kata atan yo le 0550 344 344 na wa chondudua avena o le fisha fisikana la yida www.thepeppersghana.com na na kwa wopon wana wo kata the Peppers Restaurant the chivivie raji nyata po
upe baby papa Indian papa di ama wato no wenya asumdwe nya pomodin e de aye wantuma ama wetumi nyi sika so de gugu to no fa sika nkwasa ya ready na baby ba ko pe e na make for dem e ho any choice cuisine for them can say open breakfast open lunch open supper open smoothies open ice mint tea open fried yam ne chicken you and be open both local and continental and now obenye di ama wenya pomodin de na ye choice cuisine e na make for dem choice cuisine for some can't say so oba ha beto ade na so frɛ a place order the ma engagement e the ma wedding e the ma birthday ceremonies e the ma parties say ade bia obeya obehi duane say office for e na mo all dampo a munya 10% discount e also better sound dia onya free wifi a obetumi dia browse a check emails ni amane ama e bra wo didi ana e bra wo twa wo twa waduane ntipa baabi na wo ne odofo bi akotena se enya duane papa didi a na baabi a meme kanfo e de ma e ho ene choice cuisine cuisine nhwe wo chikwan 58 Garden Street East Legon Accra eben mox no ana Mass International ana idec eho na obehu choice cuisine for chikwan hwe won ewo ahamatu for so 0551 754258 0551 754258
Obi a good on queer na me ana.
Oh yes, welcome back to the M.A Sadat Show, live on your number one online radio across the globe, APFM. We are also live on African Parrot TV, APTV on YouTube. We are also live on Facebook, African Parrot Radio FM. We are live on Modern Ghana, Google Play Store, APFM. Tune in app APFM. Yes. We also have people taking us both locally and abroad at the Shimoja Radio, Kelvin Online, Radio Nkranza, and Radio Savlugo. Yes. It's the maiden edition of the M.A Sadat Show in 2021. Today is Wednesday, 13th January 2021. With me in the studio is Honorable Kwesi Etu Bondi. The immediate past, few days ago, he handed over midnight seat January. Yes, that parliament was dissolved. He was voted by his party in 2015. So he took up the leadership role from 2015 for the good people of NDC Kintampo North. And then the good people of Kintampo decided that he was the best for them, gave him the mandate on the 7th of December 2016. And as the tradition and legal process, on the 7th of January 2017, he was sworn in as the new member of parliament for Kintampo North. Just a little brief history of what Kintampo North was and is now. Kintampo North is one of the oldest constituencies in Ghana, or one of the first constituencies to be created. It used to be called Kintampo constituency. In 1992, we had our first MP being Honorable Abna Nsua, who came in as an independent candidate. Yes, so in the 1992 elections, both NDC and MPP, their candidates couldn't win. But for the presidential, Kintampo voted for NDC. Then in 1995, Honorable Abna Nsua crossed carpet in the August House to join the NDC, and therefore the NDC brought her unopposed to contest on the ticket of the NDC in the 1996 elections, which by the grace of God, she was able to retain the seat for the second time. But note, the first time was independent, the second time now as NDC. So that's the first time NDC won parliamentary elections in Kintampo. Then Kintampo, not Kintampo North. So Kintampo South was included. Then in 1999, she came and had a serious internal battle with the then vice chairman of the party, the then district agric officer, who later will become the MP, Honorable Ifabafi, and others. Then unfortunately, Abna Nsua lost the primaries, meaning come 7th January 2001, Abna Nsua will not be sworn into office. So Honorable Bafi won the primaries, went ahead to win the main elections in 2000. So by the close of 7th December 2000, Honorable Yao Ifa, the district agric officer, became the MP elect. Then in 2003, then President Kufuor gifted Kintampo by dividing the constituency or splitting the constituency into two, into Kintampo North and Kintampo South. So Honorable Yao Ifa, due to where his village is, of course he qualified to stand for both Kintampo North and South because his own house and properties are in Kintampo Township itself, but decided to go to his village side and contested. We are also told that it was a strategic move by the NDC to retain the 2 seats, because we all also knew that President Kufuor did it purposely to favor his godson, who was then the deputy regional minister. And let me put it on record that President Kufuor is the first president to have honored the entire Kintampo by giving us a minister in the person of Yao Ajay Dufour, who became also the first DC for Kintampo South. So Kintampo South was lucky; they had straight away a district and a constituency. Unlike some of their colleagues who had districts, some also had constituency. So then come in the last DC for Kintampo under President Rawlings, Honorable Kunsu. He contested with Honorable Buahi, who was the presiding member then, and won. So come 2005, January 7th, Honorable Kunsu was sworn into office. He came with people like the current NDC leader. I don't even know what to say, whether he's minority leader or majority leader. Now they call themselves leader. All of them, they are very careful now. Honorable Haruna Idrisu, they were the 2005 batch. Let's say when you take the Honorable Bagwin and Co out, they are now the, I think the 2005 guys are now more, they are more of the seniors, because the 90s and the early 2000s are no more, are not much in parliament now. Yes. So Honorable Kunsu wins 204, goes ahead to win 208, and goes ahead to win 2012, and was even still coming for 2016. And then rumors are that some of his camp members sabotage him with some medical reports here and there, but that is for the foot soldiers to do. We don't do, or we are not interested in that one. Yes. And then in 2015, another primaries that caught the eye of the entire country was Kintampo North, both NDC and MPP. The guys were all strong, and it was money. The first time Kintampo witnessed monetocracy in 2015 primary, both NDC and MPP. You remember the famous Victoria Hammer? She came to contest. The certain MC then came to also contest, Honorable Bafo, aka
PFM, your number one.
And then
radio,
the farmer, the chief farmer, the best mango farmer in the country, Honorable Kwesi Bondi, who was also former PTC manager, came in. There were people like lawyer, there were some bloggers, Yakubu. We had about 6 to 8 contestants. God being so good, he won. In the main elections too, we had a lot, unlike the one that just ended where we had only 3 parliamentary candidates. In 2016, we had about 5 parliamentary candidates. So, just for those of you who don't know Kintampo North, our capital is Kintampo. And that is where the first human being lived in Ghana here. If you go to the archaeology department of University of Ghana, Legon, You go and see. It is called the Kintampo Aquaculture Civilization, and it started working Kintampo. Again, it is the center of the equator now. We used to know it to be the center of Ghana, but now further research has proven that the whole world, the center is Kintampo. So when you are in Kintampo, you're already in America, you're already in Russia, you're already in Tamale, everywhere. And it is a mandatory bus stop, and we have one of the best. I always say it's the best in the country, but of course, because we haven't packaged it, we're due to poor leadership and branding. People say we are one of the best tourist attraction in the country, but I know it is the number one due to the number of tourist sites and tourist attractions that we have in Kintampo. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 5 minutes past 1. Therefore, I now introduce to you my guest for the day, Honorable Kwesi Etu Bondi. Honorable, you are welcome to APFM once again.
Thank you, M.A Sadat.
How are you?
I'm fine. Preparing for retirement.
I can see. Now, your face looks good. I'm not seeing too much stress.
Yeah. Okay, in the first place, let me say good afternoon to your cheerful viewers and listeners. I can see I look fresh. It has been attested by my own sweet wife.
Yes.
I remember, I think, after the swearing in, the Sunday, I slept like a baby. They went to church, came back, I was still sleeping.
Wow.
He came and woke me up. I said, hey, now I can see you are enjoying your newfound freedom. So I think, yes, I'm now taking time to rest, reflect about issues, and also thinking about the way forward, the next
PFM,
the impact I'm going to have on the good people of Kintampo,
PFM,
Ghana agriculture and agribusiness, and also international level. This is what I'm now ruminating about it. So I'm resting, planning. Come maybe next month, then there will be more action.
Yes. It's good because even the president who is to continue his journey, it's not even fully set.
No.
So if you also take time to rest, it's better, because when you start again, there is no resting.
No, there won't be.
Because I even see your own father JM is no more that active giddy again, because you need to take time and rest so that when you start, there is no stoppage.
That's good.
We thank God for your life.
Thank you.
Yes. But before we go into the as usual, we start with some rumors. Yesterday, there were rumors that, and some bloggers even took it, and some news portals took it, that Kintampo North elections has been taken to court by the MPP.
Yes.
Have you heard it, and what is their basis?
I've heard it. Actually, I saw it on the Kintampo North NDC platform. That is social media, and it's like the former municipal chief executive who also contested as the parliamentary candidate for MPP in that constituency is the one taking that direction. And when I read it, I don't think it can hold water, because the Honorable Joseph Kwame Nkrumah, popularly known as Honorable Jakala, whom I held his hand to replace me, is a man who was working with the public sector, actually with the National Service Secretariat, which was under Ministry of Education. There was some administrative issues, I think 2015, and that thing has been settled. And now, this man was recalled into the Ghana Education Service, teaching economics in some secondary school in the northern region.
Meow Secondary School.
Meow Secondary School. So, it's from there that myself and other colleagues told him, now that I'm not going to contest, we think you are the best candidate who can win this seat for us and win it massively against the sitting MC. So the basic that there was some administrative issue against him when he was with the Ministry of Education, and the same Ministry of Education too has reinstated him as economics teacher. So the issue like he cannot be a public servant, I don't think there is any merit in that argument. It's normal. You see, sometimes when you go to, for this keenly contested election, and especially as we just said, monocracy election, the 2020 election, we saw a lot of money being dished out by the MPP contestants, and it's not different from what happened at Kintampo. There were a lot of money shared and items. So if you have spent such a fortune, and the good people spoke, and this time they spoke massively, I think he's the worst performing
MC ever.
No, MC, you got a title, Mr. Zero.
Yes.
And also the people showed it through the ballot. He's the worst performing MPP candidate so far in the history of Kintampo. And that was what the accounts will say. So I think he's just trying to pretend so that he will still remain relevant in the party. But legally, somebody who is working with the Public Service Commission or is in the public sector, you are now challenging that he cannot be a member of parliament. So I don't know, those who are advising him, maybe he has not given them the rare issues. So I've seen it on some WhatsApp and some other platforms. So that is what I have to say about it.
But I think if that is the case, they started long ago, because before the elections, in fact, before his filing, I remember that something of those things were up. And of course, there's no smoke without fire. It also started from his own party. Those of them that he beat them hands down and gave them atansi. And so they went to join forces here, trying that they would have kicked him out last minute for those people in his party to get the advantage. But I knew it will not stand the test of time. Because if it is even anything to go by, like you rightly said, why did government accept him back into the system for almost 4 years?
Yeah, as you said, during the campaign, I think one time I went back to support the campaign and I heard something like that. Actually, it was emanating from the MPP's camp. And I got opportunity to even address it to the good people of Kintampo. I remember it was this Salachi Sisala, Baba Abu's late wife's funeral, the Adwa. I addressed the good people of Kintampo that this thing is not, I've heard this, and it's a lie. Because I know some of his compatriots, I mean those...
This is APFM, your #1 online radio across the world.
Who were working with National Service Secretariat and this issue cropped up. Most of them, I know about 8 of them who have been recalled, and some of them are even...
About one became even MP with you. Yes, one of them.
Yes, contested,
and came to your parliament, the 7th parliament.
No, I think he contested, but he didn't win.
He didn't win.
He contested on MPP ticket.
Yes.
So, and there was one who was also appointed, I think, deputy coordinating director when she was something.
Yeah.
So it's administrative issue. When the committee look at it and there was no merit in the issue, they've been recalled. So that's why I earlier said that I think our former MC and the former parliamentary candidate for MPP, Honorable Sarkodie Bafo, I don't know whether he has not well informed his legal team, because from the ordinary point of view and the little legal basis I know.
Okay, Honorable, not really cutting you. We have a surprise for you.
Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you too?
Fine, sir. My name is Honorable M.A Sadat, the host of the M.A Sadat Show live on APFM. Can you kindly introduce yourself, please?
My name is Benjamin Isia, from Kintampo, Deputy Communication Director of the Convention People's Party. I was listening to Honorable. I said, let me chip in.
Please, is it the same Benjamin Isia who is the CPP National Deputy Communications Director?
He's the same person. He's the same person.
Okay. The PRO and campaign manager for the independent candidates. Nadavi.
How was he?
Yes, he's the same person. He's the same person.
Okay, sir. Go ahead.
I think Honorable distinguished himself as one of the MPs that Kintampo has produced in recent times. I didn't know Honorable. My first time I met him was on a show on CTV, Class TV.
Yeah.
So after the show, I told Honorable that, oh, Honorable, this is Benjamin Isia from Kintampo. They said, oh, so you are even my constituents, and I don't know you. We all sat there, laughed. I think that day Honorable drove me to campus. He brought me to the University of Ghana. It tells you how humble he is and how open he is to anyone he knows or meets on set or any program. I think he's a good man. The last time we visited him in his house when was about one particular issue, myself and then Latifa and Co visited him. Honorable received us well. So humility is part of him. And
not really cutting you. Was it the one that you went and the MC insulted you about Kintampo Connect?
Yes, I think we're paying. Kintampo Connect was paying.
Yeah, we wanted to do some development for Kintampo.
Yes, I think that time we wanted to, the COVID period, so we wanted to do some donations to some of our constituents and the members in the district. Right, so we also visited some political leadership, and Honorable was one of those members we visited. And the way Honorable received us, it tells you how he is. The humility in him is par excellence, and he's a man of integrity, because we never heard anything bad about him when he was in Parliament. It tells you that Kintampo has produced so far, and I continue to repeat, in recent times, he's one of the best Kintampo has produced, and we can only wish him well. My question is, what next after Parliament?
Okay.
But I think.
Okay, before you go to your question, Ben.
Yes.
You and I were in SDA before we went to MPS.
Yes.
We schooled with Abner Son's children.
Yes.
We schooled with Kunsu's children.
Yes.
And we schooled with Bafi's children.
Yes.
Let's take parliamentary work, because that is what we send them to do.
Yeah.
When you take from Abner Son to Bondi, how will you rate him? Where did he pick Kintampo from and kept us on the global map and on the Ghanaian political map?
Okay, I think we have to put this in perspective. When Abner Son was there, we were quite younger, so we didn't follow politics like that. But when Kunsu and then Bafi were there, I think by then we had started voting, so we knew what Kunsu was trade, but we never heard much of him in Parliament, right? People could argue, oh, they said Kunsu was part of the trade committee, I think a trade committee chair, but nothing was heard about him. But when Honorable came as part of the Agri Committee, and maybe information dissemination, I'm not an NDC member, but whenever I go to Kintampo, they tell me whenever Honorable comes from Parliament, he meets all his NDC executives and tells them that this and that, or these were the bills on the table for us to pass, or these are things they want us to do. What are your opinions on them? I think he's very, very open and listens, and that is what we call participatory democracy. We voted for him to represent us. So when he goes there and there are challenges,
this is APFM, your number one online radio across the world.
So on the Agri Committee in Parliament, I think the Honorable has worked well. When I remember when we had the waterfalls incident, he was the first person to call on the government to do something about it. And today we have a canopy work and then other security things at the waterfalls. Right? He tells you he's done well. Apart from this, there are other issues he's raised on the floor concerning Kintampo. That's what we want to hear. At least we voted for someone who took our issues to the floor of Parliament and made parliamentarians discuss about Kintampo. So I would rate him somewhere 80. I'm shocked, and I was shocked when I heard he was hesitant. And till date, I don't know why he hesitated. But as a rational being with his own rational choices, they think that maybe he thinks that hesitating will serve him better, and maybe what he wants to do now will serve him better. But I will rate him, as I said earlier, 80%, which is kind of good for his person.
What was your feeling like the very first time you heard or saw on TV that your MP was on the floor of Parliament flowing, most especially after the budget presentation, which is where most of the accounts will say Akukudam, the creme de la creme, try to exhibit their skills and knowledge?
Oh, I was very, 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 very happy because he never disappointed in any of his arguments. He said what he knew, and any topic he raised, it shows like he had command of the agri sector. Bear in mind that he was working in that particular sector before coming.
He calls himself a farmer, so that one is
a farmer. So you could realize that, for example, when I met him on CTV, he was saying things in agri sector I never knew of. And those same things, he raised them in the house. And whenever he raised certain things, none of his colleagues could challenge him because he was an authority in the agri sector, which I think, I don't know whether the current NDC will have someone like him to replace him. Because as of now, if I look at, apart from maybe the former regional minister of Bonahafu then,
his committee chairman,
committee chair, right? I don't know whether he's still in Parliament. If he's
I think he came back.
Yeah, if he's still in Parliament, then he's the only person the NDC is going to rely on. So I think Honorable Bondi exiting Parliament will be a blow to the MPP and the NDC side in the chamber, because he was an authority when it comes to agri sector and other sectors, because he's an open person and reads a lot. And I also learned certain things about project management from him when I met him one-on-one. Then when you are writing a project, these are things you should put in place. Oh, he's a good man, and I think Parliament will lose a brilliant academic, and a man of integrity and a man of honesty, and a very spiritual man. Because when normally he used to send me things, and I think Kintampo is losing. There's that Honorable, I'll say Honorable, you are selfish because we thought that you could have gone again.
I also agree with you, but he will tell us why he's hesitant, because I still feel the pain in me. I still feel the pain. But anyway, Ben, we don't want to take much of your time. What are your final words?
My final words are that Honorable Kintampo thanks you very much.
Your number one
Kintampo wishes you well
across the world
in your next endeavor, and we shall always rally behind you when you need us. Thank you, Honorable. May God bless you.
Ben.
Thank you, my brother. Please, Cope, try and get a fuel coupon for us tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
God bless you.
So that was Benjamin Insia, the CPP National Deputy Communications Officer. So honorable. There you are.
Yeah, I would say I thank Ben. He has made my day, especially in political sphere, when you get somebody from the other side
talking
positively about you. I think it's realistic and heartwarming. So I thank him for appreciating my short but impactful parliamentary life. I thank Ben for this good comment. We may meet again somewhere.
So honorable, now let's take your assessment. Where was NDC in Kintampo North when you took over at the leadership?
Yeah.
Where have you kept them, and what is the way forward? The way forward, I don't want you to give me now at the end of your destiny.
Yeah, I would say when I came into the political scene, actually, I remember it was around September 2015. That some group of young men and other opinion leaders also approached me that I should take the mantle of the NDC candidature, because they were thinking the party should be all-inclusive. If you look at the name of the party being National Democratic Congress, it's a congress where everybody should be invited, but they saw that the party is going to be a one-way and others were feeling that they were not part of it, so there was apathy. So when they invited me to come on board, when I discussed with my family, my wife and my parents and other close associates in the constituency outside, they said, well, I should give it a try because this is a public service I have to go and do. And then when I came, as you can see, there was some factions, especially during our primaries. We got Bafo faction, that the sitting MC, his Justice Michael Bafo faction came. This lady, Vic faction also came. But after we finished with the primaries, it was incumbent on me to unify the party.
Hello. Honorable, please hold on. I have on the line somebody from your constituency that you... Kofi Baba.
Okay, Kofi.
Sadat.
Good afternoon.
That's my brother.
How are you?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm also good. You are live on APFM. We have Honorable Kwesi Etubondi here.
Wow.
Yes. As a full soldier and a former government appointee who worked closely in the constituency before Honorable became an MP.
Yeah.
And I know the role you played in making him an MP, and even after him, his brother.
That is right.
This afternoon, I want you to assess Honorable Bondi at the party level and at the administrative level as an MP.
Wow. Good afternoon to you and good afternoon to Honorable President Bondi. My immediate party ever in Kintampo North constituency, and to all the listeners and viewers of people. In fact, as a party activist who has been working as a representative for several years, before my father even accepted to contest and became our member of parliament, I must be frank. That it came clear that one of our declined to contest the presidency election. And what I can say for now about the latest thing I can tell about him is that, in fact, he was a man of himself. In terms of party, he was perfect, right from the grassroots to the presidency level. And then when it comes to the presidency, but he put so many structures in place that nobody can overturn. I'm sure he's nobody can overturn. Honorable Kwesi Etubondi was entities are now initiated a monthly contribution. You know, Istanbul is the very last contribution. And for that matter, when it comes to events and seminars and programs, weekends and weekdays, in fact, what we have in our pocket wasn't enough. We need a monthly contribution of an amount that I would like to or on your network. And in fact, it really helps a lot. And then there are certain things that we do in terms of education. We used to do mathematical tests, and then every the final year. And then quite apart from that, we gave some laptops out to help boost our education, especially. And he did some office equipment, the government offices, for namely hospital administration, the hospital itself, Ghana Police Services, Ghana Fire Services, Ghana Education Services, and so forth. And when you come to health, I've already mentioned what in terms of office equipment. When you go to a community, Kozu Health Center is one of the oldest and the largest, oldest and the largest health center that has been in existence since 20. And when you know that it is only the health facility that has minimum communities, about 13 to 15 communities. And when you come to Paramita from Istanbul to Kunsu, it's quite a journey. And so, when you came into the office as member of parliament, we used a similar compact plan to build, in fact, a very efficient maternity home for the Kunsu community and the East environment. And because of that, as I'm speaking to you, on the first of this month, I was through with my new member of parliament. And I was so amazed at the people that said that the health director has posted a midwife and a physician assistant to that community. And I was with them in the Facebook.
Wow.
And when you come to the saying, I want to go to Greenville, for instance. In fact, honorable was from motorway. You know, and to help them about 4 or 5 motorbikes. And Kusu had one, Lumpi had one, Mustama had one, and then the main hospital. He donated some hospital attendance to the police clinic. And many other things that time will have not allow me to elaborate. So far, both administration and the party level, he has done very. In fact, he has done more than his predecessor. And we in the constituency and as party activists, I expect a lot from the predecessor who has just represented honorable step to do more. This is what we are expecting from them. In Tambuko, we meet him and so we think that going forward, we are looking for who will train that. But now Jim has declared a purpose.
This is APFM, your number one online radio across the world.
Elevated for the member of parliament, maybe ministerial appointment, so that we can continue to benefit from him. But once that happens done, we are still waiting and hope that or anything that we can do to help us in terms of the party level is most welcome. But I must say good afternoon once again to him. And to use your channel to tell him that I'm waiting for my technology and the New Year Day. Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you very much, my brother Kofi Baba. God richly bless you. But Kofi, you didn't mention anything about farmers. You are a farmer yourself.
In fact, like I didn't give that, the time of promoting to talk much about him. When it comes to farming aspect, all he did to the local farmers here, but You know, he's the only MP who brought in agriculture.
Yes.
He brought in agriculture and subsidized as individual, not that.
Yes.
So when you come to Example, how that the wheat side system, the price of wheat side is different from other states and other countries. All is to do with effort. And then all the farmers did that is organized. I mean, 2017, 2018, up to 2020, he has been so fantastic. All the equipment that they have been bringing to the best farming are bought by his common bank. Are all coming from his common bank. So, in fact, when it comes to farming aspect, you know, from his background, he's a farmer himself, and then quite apart from that, you know, when we left from the people of the example, there is very beautiful cassava factory which was commissioned by a certain Dr. Mani Muhammad. When people, government, were yearning for factories and other things, they would not be able to get it. He has been able, from his own source, establish a very significant factory, which is now in operational. People are working there, brought a big example before they are working there. So, but when it comes to farming, I cannot talk about it. You just see it everywhere. When you go to mango there, cassava is there, rice farming is there, milk is there. So for farming, he has done a lot, and when he is doing that, I believe we can continue to benefit for him as a constituency and as a municipality. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my brother Kofi. It's been nice talking to us. We pick you surprisingly. We didn't even tell you anything. We just called you and said put you on air. God richly bless you. Such is what we want people to do. He has heard you. In fact, I'll be coming over this weekend, so I'll take it and bring it to you. You get your New Year thing.
No,
one person to you where you were born. So, Kofi, once again, thank you very much. We at APFM, we say it as it is. We don't want cosmetic things. So he doesn't even know I was going to call people. And as he was talking, I just put you on air. I've already called others and I've kept them on air. That is what I've decided to do today. I want him to see the reality on the ground. And I want those who are also in power to know what is normally on the ground. When you are serving, yes, one or two people could be making noise, disturbing your ears. But the people you affect positively are more than the negative ones who make you think that you are not doing anything. So that is the essence of today's interview. Kofi, once again, thank you very much and God bless you, my brother. Bye. Okay, Honorable, so continue.
Yeah, so as I was saying, there were...
I tell Honorable here, I will allow you to speak Chi. Because I've sent the thing across board.
Okay, so
and these days I hear some of your constituents complaining on other platforms that I have more trouble from the
party ebinu se membra no titiro mom se membra no chese ase party no eya kodi efa yes ye party ni bibia efe no congress free kobo iti membra na memedi anim na ye kambom na free kobo no hwe ne se sebi me akasa me free kitapo ya ngome ho adwuma na me ko ho ye British American Tobacco formal PTC am ko ye agribusiness manager ho no 99 etina say me yo ho ti no pese bia settlers e so be fra party no bi o hwe kintampo a is more of cosmopolitan o hwe kasa bia wo Ghana ha no ubenya bi wo kintampo akoye center of the country and also center of the world no timo it's not surprise any surprise say ubenya obi bia wo kintampo so people were also looking at it from that side say ebiaka the one representing the people I by voting, ebetimi I set la komope. Now, ebia the one representing the government, that's the MC, no crack indigenous. They wanted balance of power because I said, now I say, MC free baby baako same place no so baby a na MP no so free aha na yade akwese party ne kwa akɔhye ebinim nsɛm ana na ebinim so enim no so no enim say me a founding member of NDC 1992 na satamo Legon ye na founding Legon ne Elvis no mo ne ade ti omo be frame na ama nko na me bae no na ye ka party ne dia executive na special constituency executive it na say me ma ye ma obia na say dodo na represent e wo party no na betimi akabom etu hwa executive bia major ma chisise no
yes
na chairman na kasa chairman George Wood ono free voter region te ka ko executive na hwa ni secretary Isa for instance Gonja aha na obehwe ye organizer live ebe Mosi eni ana ohwe treasure Mr. Nakoja oni ye konkoma eni yenya obi ano vice secretary kra no Placidius Dagati na side group mi meka wase ohwe Kintampo a settler community say Dagati ne konkomba for and ne do so ba
yes
na konkomba for say no omje so omunyanya
executive da
ewo hoda ama it na say ehwema obia ba on board na ma party no the Congress as the founding members no yenya woman organizer oye Bununi deputy woman organizer oye Bununi
okay
aha
Iron Lady
no Iron Lady yes be kakareto Iron Lady be former one ana the vice current vice eso ye Bununi it ya pono for so be kan do Kintampo
even current woman organizer so ye Zongoni akra
ono so ye
Sesala
ana
Sesala Wangara
ana vice and or actor no so no Sesala it ya match say party no obia bi
vice chairman and say oye chairman
Alasan Sesala ana your former youth
organizer so you Musini
Musi meka your former youth organizer may he so rest in peace was a move which we say na major tribes na ethnic or regional balance no na aba party no ma unity no bae and the boy ma itini ewini aba member person empo this year no aboa pa we say contest na ekoye no dodo na ka kire me say saka me kodia komoma
yes
itina wantwi enimu but honorable Jakala no edu baby no na eseme bam eni pani bi ba me ho na me se me so ne sa say omkire se me ko pe obi emre wo iti ko ba say me so ne sa me boy wo campaign no on like say baby a if I say Kintampo South kra no NDC ni call independent ma ye vote ya hwe seat no me bae no me ma ba ko ye kroye bae obi aba on board it be hu a sa campaign we call 2020 ana ya kwa it menya the highest vote
because what team break apathy now from
it will be about on board it here to yenya 33,000 as again say me menya 22,000 my time and then yenya 33,000 I think 2016 cry his excellency John Mahama enya 24,000 but this time no it's I say all the regional and ethnic
balance
no amasa party ne ba previously 2012 akeba 2016 NDC kura no election ye lose national no e fire apathy one of the die no it me fun say yes I brought unity into the party and that means say Kofi Kreka financial discipline in the party no so no me ye bibia me my party ni open account NIP me me signatory to the account but most of times you know bibia me the call bank no na I transparent it because your founding father his excellency John Rawlings actually BB say transparency, probity and accountability and social justice it and also a transparency bar the party finances and my grassroots no say whatever we bring on board we say near the and yet kana ebia ska bi ba obi a
na obi afa
obi hu ba bi afa na amafo enwinwi eti my friend say I brought some with the nkabombi eba party no
o the GDA bi so by because now the people trust in the system
o manya GDA party no say ye nyina ye dia eti ye botobo ya obi a som e wo Kintampo no eti na ama sa 2020 election yenua sa akode ono de Michael sa akode bafo yetimi abuna yemu MPP ni bia wa batumu sa meka bro na nye ento
did not reform
ya national part so just about
Chesana na do de NDC reform you didn't see that was 2016
no from sa
nti sabina aso e sa akode reform sa
because wanya mapa se be 50% of NDC vote go 16,000 and MPP NDC candidate ya 33,000 it will multiply it by 2 crack I say 32
so he's the worst performing parliamentary candidate ever in the history of
my father say candidate didn't quite no honorable Joseph Kwame Kuma so a very humble person and the unified force so me jam my party near the time
this is APFM your number 1 online radio across the world
they say ebia percentage wise no we voter regional there Bruno is there measure analysis no and I'm Bruno have for ye ni be the first said previously and I remember back 2016 9 MPs from Bruno half no na Kintampo ye performance the highest I mean we brought more votes both presidential and parliamentary it will so unity of purpose no atimiama yet me ICD and target it is an American say the party is now united and ayakodo amobia
okay and they say yanko wadwuma mu ankasa yamfa from parliament and say they aba efie yanko dientia now you parliamentarian no what was the position of Kintampo in parliament and himfa na wode akwakosi
okay Kintampo historic town before I became MP no be any Kintampo parliament mu na me kwae no me bi say me project Kintampo eti me yusu ade bi say center of Ghana no obi aframe a bia honorable Bondi ajiso Kintampo center of Ghana Emma amafo adwen eba so say Kintampo is the center of Ghana and former Minister of Tourism what is
Katrina
Feku crowd was so pleased with it no yesa kobema Kintampo yesaka hotel bia or marine drives tourism ado no ko so de ba ko eba Kintampo na be ye ofen Akwaba hotel and she showed me the documentation and na swimming pool no awbe no wayen the map of Ghana na middle no watro center of Ghana ana fofie anto atano eti I guess meso ko added to the historic Kintampo and there was this thing I mean kano emra ye pre regional capital no
yes
amabron is no bikomu bi pa no pini bi ka kire me kura say no Kintampo there yeah my regional capital na ye the better for future
national capital
eti no so sad no say first president of Ghana
Kwame Nkrumah yes
Akahombi eti e buy no asa ko fish out ama sa committee na regional reorganization also e dia aba I would say the front burner they say e was bia the future for Ghana yenya sika papa bia na yesi ye relocate ye national capital and especially administrative Nkra took Mabuama Abba front burner bima and that was Kintampo will be the future national capital of Ghana. It said na Ben in Siaso Kano Yes, a lot of people told me say on the media space. Said me buy no. Me say me first.
Media friendly, papa.
Baby, I me call also to market the name of Kintampo. So okay, say City TV, Crystal,
Angel, APFM, APTV, all the stations,
radio stations near did
yeah.
I use the media.
Even you had GTV.
Yes, GTV have been going there.
Yes.
To me, you sue that opportunity because it's part of the mandate or the roles of MP to also debate on the floor and also on other media space. But if you go there, you are not projecting yourself, you are projecting your constituency you are representing. That this is MP from Kintampo North. It means you sue and also the na on the floor. Say the maybe agriculture, some year farmer and also me boy adiba kubia emide Kintampo na amanfo nim say Kintampo ye rice. Okay, say yeah. Na
say no mo twam abuhu okwan no.
Eti minya ye vice chairman of agri committee honorable Odum. Emma watema say am a project Kintampo as rice growing area a year Jack Foundation Jack here John Ajekum Kufuor Foundation.
President Kufuor Foundation.
President Foundation. To say Kintampo, yet me a capture Kintampo. We know say you about 25,000 hectares of land for Kintampo rice. I want to say in Ghana agriculture previously it used not to be noted for rice cultivation, but my presence and debating on the especially the agri committee, I'ma capture Kintampo as rice growing constituency and our district in Ghana. And my friend say me kwaka kan me so me ko project Kintampo from the unknown. Na first
this is APFM, your number 1 online radio across the world.
Kintampo ye agrarian constituency. I would say 99% of Kintampo people depend on agriculture for their income. Now crop bit say almighty mango ayi nyina enimu no say yedua ho no. There was a time near ye bill be say as a member of parliament yes smawa that's what we say and share your parliament one woman for so benyamu chefa obuni said the national cake na ye three crop development authority bill no say me yi mango afrim say mango is not economic tree crop in Ghana. Knowing very well say Kintampo is one of our major tree crop which I personally am involved. It may say me gyina ho ekasa e ma Kintampo e ma ye de mango e ka sa enuaba na aban ebe so ma ye say de ye cocoa no e say Kintampo mango eni cashew na ye cocoa. It me kai say debate no me gyina ho no ekasa ye na no na speaker or tea akunwom and only main speaker honorable Babin na so true question no so o defer say yen twa ma right honorable Professor Michael Kwe Akasamra because ne bi no raise issue say the issue I'm raising no cabinet memo. I'm trying to set aside cabinet memo. Eti opposition MP first timer trying to set aside cabinet memo was a huge thing. Now honorable Babin don't want that responsibility to be on his head. But Emra, right honorable Michael Kwe, the substantive speaker, by the next day, so I was given the opportunity to make my case. And in making the case, that was the time he wanted to also rise to attend to other issues.
Okay.
He even said that we should add mango. And also he was drinking coconut because by then coconut was also not part. And Katrina Fuku was also mentioning that.
Yes.
So I fought for mango to be added to the Tree Crop Development Authority bill as one of the crops I buy best spend on her. Bit me $2 billion from mango from the next years per year. Somehow on the floor I projected things for Kintampo And the other issue in Agric is very controversial, but I have to say it here. The issue of cannabis. Yes, it's not we per se. Okay, I will say cannabinous plant.
Okay.
Say Agric, when we say cannabis or cannabinous plant, it's like we've said citrus in Agric.
Oh, okay.
When we say citrus, we have tangerine, orange, lime, lemon.
Yeah.
So when we are talking about cannabis or cannabinous plants, it's plants that contain cannabinoid.
Okay.
And we are doing this narcotic control bill. And I got to know, so my classification, we say something called illicit narcotic plant, not drug. The plant that they were classified as illegal, one of them was going to be something we call jute. Knife. So okay. Knife, no?
Yeah.
And Agric, we call it hibiscus cannabinus.
Okay.
The flower looks like hibiscus flower.
Yeah.
But
it is a sure.
So sure. All sure and others are hibiscus.
Oh, okay.
So they were going to bind sure, knife, nyenye, and all those things because they contain cannabinoid. And I have to step in to talk because I know say there is a juice factory at Adeso here around in Samom. And the people want to go and plant this knife
in
Kintampo to produce juice for the Ghana cocoa industry.
Okay.
So if I don't stand on
my feet,
it was even going to affect the whole Ghana economy, but I know very well say the people want to plant most of it to replace the tobacco.
Okay.
So I have to fight, and I know if that we are left with the LI, that's the legislative instrument, the regulation. When we finish with it, which the current speaker, even when I was going to bid him goodbye, I didn't know, though I knew he can be the speaker. He promised me when the regulations comes on board, he promised that, or he was virtually asking me that I should come and support so that we do that regulation. When we finish that regulation, we can now cultivate the knife, which technically we call it hemp, which are going to get jute from it, and it's going to help Kintampo farmers.
That's good news.
So I'll say this is one thing I've also done for the good people of Kintampo. And there is this thing, there's wanted university. When we were competing for even the regional capital, Techimai won because they have university, and that means more of a city than Kintampo. By then we didn't have a university. And there is this college of health that has been training medical practitioners, about 16 medical practitioners, dental, mental health and others. But 2014 they started some program. That's the BSc degree program. They were expecting that by 2016 the people will graduate as degree holders, but unfortunately they could not get the accreditation. So that thing was hanging, and I got to know, no, this is one institution that produces ambassadors for Kintampo constituency, because when they graduate from Kintampo, wherever they go, they carry the good image of Kintampo, some sweet memories of Kintampo. So that one, I used a question. I brought the Minister of Health to the Parliament, asking them why haven't they accredited Kintampo College of Health, the degree program. And I'm happy last year that accreditation has been granted, and now I can say Kintampo College of Health is now a degree award institution, virtually like a university now. So I did that to make sure Kintampo will also get institution of university status as at my time as member of parliament. So now Kintampo have a university, that's our College of Health, is now a degree awarding institution. So I would say this is some of the things I went to the floor. And somebody also made mention of the almighty Kintampo waterfalls.
Yes.
That was a baptism of fire for me. Actually, when I entered parliament, I think that thing happened in March. About 3 months. That disaster happened. We lost a lot of our youth and others And believe me and you, we have to use about 4.5 hours to travel from Accra to Kintampo. Yes, with my leader, Honorable Ahmed Banda MP. They gave us the leadership of my party. Honorable Haruna trusted them.
Say PFM.
They should go with me and Kintampo South MP. We have to go and look at it because by then, the Vice President or some MP and the Minister for Tourism, the MPP faction, went with helicopter without me, the sitting member of Parliament, accompanying them. So it's politically unwise. And I didn't wanted to go through plane to Kumasi, then move on. And they gave me a V8 with one national security train driver, 4.5 hours from Accra at Kintampo. And I would say, I thank the former speaker and my leadership, Honorable Haruna Idrisu and Honorable Ahmed. They all helped me, especially Honorable Haruna, when I drafted my statement. He looked at it, corrected a lot of things, amended something, and when I submitted, they also followed up that it would be accepted by the speaker. I made a statement that the speaker also accepted, referred it to the committee responsible for trade, industry, and tourism. I went there with them, the committee, for fact-finding, recommendations, and I asked something that they should renovate the waterfalls, which has been renovated. But I also asked something that I wanted a mega launch, but it should be commissioned by the president himself, so that the media will follow up and people will get to know that the place is now safe for tourism or tourists to visit.
Yeah.
But when the renovation took place, I couldn't get that one. It was the Vice President, His Excellency Alhaji Mahmoud Babia, who went. So I said no. So I made my wife to represent me, and we added the canopy walk. Then I went back to the committee that now we've added the canopy walk. So I want His Excellency himself to go. So when the president went, then I also went, and we all went and commissioned it. And now I would say globally, everybody knows that Kintampo Waterfalls is back and is very safe and better. So
and now severe canopy walk.
Yes, now has a canopy walk. So I would say these are some of the few things I achieved for the good people of Kintampo, and these are going to be legacy. Is there, and the waterfalls is there. The College of Health accreditation will be there for forever. Mango that has been accepted as part of the tree crop that the country should develop, so that mango will become about $2 billion industry is there.
Hello.
And
Honorable, not cutting you. I have one of your constituents on the line. Good afternoon, Muniru Yaru.
Good afternoon, Honorable Sadat, my able immediate past member of Parliament. Honorable question.
Good afternoon.
Muniru Yaru is following us on YouTube.
Okay.
Watching us from Bono East region, but a proud citizen of Kintampo, one of our future leaders in town. Muniru Yaru, I know you belong to the other side, but today we are doing a proper academic exercise, and you have been following the show since.
Exactly.
In 2 minutes, 4 years of Kwesi Atubondi as MP. What do you have to say?
Okay, thank you very much for having me on your show. It came to us personally, me as a blue upon hearing that Honorable Kwesi Atubondi for his first time is not going anymore. In fact, I was shocked to the marrows of my bone that what will happen as an able capable member of Parliament like Honorable Kwesi Atubondi to have come from the NDC, where it has its stronghold in the Kintampo North. For him saying he has gone for the first time, but not going for the second time or even the third time. It was a shocking revelation, my Honorable. But all the way, each and every personality or a politician has his own aspirations and visions. Maybe he has ways to see representing the good people of Kintampo at the Parliament House and maybe contributing his quota to the development of the constituency in other sectors might be more prudent and beneficial, productive to the constituents rather than going to the Parliament to represent them. By the way, we are not saying he has not done well anyway. He has tried his possible best and then contributed his part in representing the good people of Kintampo. He has done well too, but we expected the kind of things we are expecting him to do under his tenure as a member of parliament. There are so many expectations, of which power incumbency from the ruling government, that is MPP, didn't give him the advantage and the opportunity to execute some of his plans to the good people of Kintampo, just because he is not from the ruling party or ruling government. I know very well if Honorable should have belonged to the ruling party, of which they are having the sitting president, coming from the same political party, he would have performed better as compared to what he has done now. Kudos to him and his entire family for also getting part of their busy schedule to represent us at the House of Parliament and seeing to it that we also had benefited from him. I know he knows me very well. He has also helped me personally when it comes to academics. But that one will be discussed behind closed doors. He is someone who doesn't do selective politics. It doesn't matter we are from the opponent or we are from different political parties. He doesn't take that into consideration. I know he will remember and he knows very well the kind of assistance he has given me when it comes to my academics at the university. I'll say a very big thanks to him for doing that. And then we anticipate that coming members of parliament will also emulate from where he has stopped and then seeing to it that the priorities and needs of the good people of Kintampo will also be considered coming future.
Thank you very much, my brother Munir Yaro. And I want to urge you to continue the way you analyze issues. You have really shown that you were doing proper academic justification here. Exactly. Sometimes before a politician will speak good about their colleague, unless the person dies. We saw it with Professor Mills. Even right now, my old role model, a mentor, Papa J. Now that he died, come and see. Oh, ye nipa. Oh, ye say. Nyambe trio munyinaka bako. So it is good that you have said this, and I quite also agree with you. If his government was in power or he was MP for the ruling government, honestly he could have done much better than even what he did. So once again, God richly bless you, my brother.
Amen. Okay. There is one thing I would like to tell my former MP. He shouldn't consider that we have been attacking, we have been only talking about the negative aspects of his tenureship in office. That is how the politics of partisan has made us be. That is in person, and that is not how we look like.
Of course.
Two of his children, Kwesi Ramses and the other one, had the opportunity to teach them at the so they also know me and know how I am in person. So that's okay. Of life.
But that is the beauty of politics and democracy. I mean, did you not see the time they wanted to jail Sergio? Did you not see what Asiru Katia did at the Supreme Court? Did you not see Bernard Mother and Co begging that they shouldn't jail him? So it's normal. Okay. Thank you once again.
I you extend my greetings to Ramses.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
God bless you, my brother. Bye. Honorable. Kawe entertainment kama kasi hapo.
So,
I'll say
I'm
happy that the little I did.
Money were real
so
show now my. Baba before me let me kind comments be I say watching live from the capital city of Bono East, Techima to be precise. Good works by Honorable Sadat and Honorable Bondi. Great show, keep it up. Yes. Okay, Honorable.
Okay. So where were we?
Well, you were about wrapping up on the issues.
Yes, I was trying to wrap up on the legacies.
Yes.
Like from the floor of Parliament.
Yeah. So now let's go to.
Let me say when I come to the constituency. The constituency, I thank God, I promise the good people of Kintampo that I will give them one factory per 110. That is 2015. So 2015, when I was given the mandate, I needed to work quickly before even the general election. So I sought for some funding, about 2.8 million Ghana cedis to establish a cassava factory, which God willing, I've done it. It's still working, engaging about 50 young guys.
This is APFM, your number one online radio across the world.
Especially the cassava farmers. Now cassava going bad will be a thing of the past. And God willing we have good buyers who are willing to take over whatever we produce. We cannot even meet the market. So that is something which is there. Somebody mentioned the Kunsu maternity ward. You know, Kunsu is the western part of Kintampo. Kintampo North, and some are cut off. Kunsu is one of the oldest towns in Boran.
It has a slave trade. It has a tourist
attraction. This crocodile sanctuary, a lot of caves and others, and it's surrounded by a lot of towns. And looking at how remote it is, and most of the times when ladies are in labor, how to get access to the district capital. So when I met the director of health, we decided to put up a maternity home there, a very big thing, and that one is a legacy I initiated. I've completed that one. And I would say the water crisis used to be issue also in some of the communities. If you go to one of the big community in Mo area, that is Busiama, for instance, they were having water problem. That one, I think I lobbied from the central government. I was given 3 solar mechanized borehole, where I made Chairman George, my former NDC chairman, to send the drillers, the Indian company, to Busiama. They give them one, and also Kaka has one, and Kunsu, of course, also gotten one, because they were also complaining that the tourist attraction, when people come and they are not getting good water, it was disincentive. It wasn't only the road, but water is life. And also Kadreso, for instance, there was this small water project which was not functioning, especially in the dry season, because the boreholes were dry in the dry season. So we dug one borehole close to the Volta River, and it became, they call it artisanal. On its own, the water will be oozing out from the borehole. So how to link it to the Abodese booster station was an issue, and I have to provide another solar pumping mechanism. We laid some pipe, pump it into the dried borehole, I mean the original borehole. So when we travel for about 5 kilometers to Abodese, we fill the dried original borehole. Then from there, electricity will pump it to the roadside, then so that thing is also a legacy I've left with the good people of Kintampo during my tenure. And there is this, when Kintampo waterfall disaster happened, I also requested for ambulance, which we've gotten it. You see, Kintampo, you got 2 of the ambulance. It was supposed to come with trauma center, and I learned, as somebody just said, I wasn't in government, my party wasn't in government. Honorable Abu Jinapo, former chief of staff, lobbied and made sure that thing went to
the father's place, the brother's constituency. Oh, so the trauma center was supposed to come to Kintampo. I know it. When you are just getting out of Bupe, it's on your left.
During the disaster,
it's almost completed.
Yes, it was one of the requests, but we got the ambulance. So we got the 2 ambulances.
So that's why the ambulance is stationed at Kadreso.
But the trauma center should have been either Kadreso or Gulumpe. So when I got to know we couldn't get that one, Gulumpe, former late Honorable Harrison, also put up a structure there for polyclinic. I didn't know that the structure alone doesn't mean polyclinic.
No,
you need some equipment. And even they say polyclinic, you need a full-blown medical doctor.
Yes.
So that one too, I gave them the equipment, especially to set up the labs and some of the recovery rooms. So now, and also to lobby to get a medical assistant. MA to be posted there. So
this is APFM, your number 1 online radio across the world.
They were using it for weighing center, children weighing. It wasn't even up to cheap compound, big structure. But now it has been raised to the status of health center. So I think the good people in that stretch will remember me for that. I haven't given them a health center and also making sure they've gotten.
I've visited there. I know what is inside there.
Because from that stretch, whenever there was even road accident.
Now it's the main center for that stretch.
Yes, so I think that one is something I'm proud of.
Let me add that you called me, was it in 2017 or 18, when the water crisis came?
Okay, yes.
I'm happy and proud to inform you that I've gotten some Indian friends and investors that Gulumpe now has quality drinking water.
Oh, thank God.
Bottled water quality and sachet water quality.
That's good.
Yes.
That's what we want all of you to be helping.
I'll be going there this weekend to even work on it again.
You are also a very good son of the soil. I mean, Kintampo.
Yeah.
So when it came, all of you were, and also some of the elite in society who also aspire to be leaders of the society. So you people should also be putting on that thinking cap that in future.
I think your health side, I have followed that side very much because
health.
Yes. I think one of the speakers even mentioned it. The maternity ward in Kintampo itself. All of us were born onto that local bench. But your wife prevailed on you that
we should adapt it.
You should adapt it and do.
Yeah, that one we adopted it. The lapidated nature of especially the delivery bed.
Yes.
It was a wooden thing.
Yeah.
Modern. So I went.
I friend a bench, you know. The
reason why I couldn't do medicine is I was scared of blood.
Yeah.
But I think my
this is APFM, your number 1 online radio across the world.
Delivered the people. You see the structures.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best, so we gave them 3 delivery modern beds.
Yeah.
I think there was 3 beds too for the recovery after delivery, where they will keep you to recover. And also we gave them 3 beds into the main ward. They know that after you'll be stabilized, where you can.
Yeah, what the edge I want also. You what the other Baba to so final baby on your plan. See, I don't mind any of them call you near my call.
3 days, I think I gave them. They need some case when they are doing the delivery, some spatulas and stainless metals. I think I gave them also 3 sets of that and weighing scale, and we painted the whole place. We gave them television to entertain.
I know you also touch on the main wards.
No, it was I gave them a mosquito net. There were SS. So the SS
went to that side.
So it was the mosquito net that every bed in the whole hospital got it because it was a bill. I don't know the quantity.
Yeah.
But after the maternity which has been adopted, I think this reminds me because we have something to go and give to them.
So you need to do.
Yes, they've told me they need something. I was with my wife and she wanted to go and
herself. Which will be nice.
For that one is I'll say whether politics or no politics.
No, yeah.
Adopted what?
She didn't adopt it for political reasons.
No,
she adopted as a woman.
Yes, as a woman, and I'm just supporting.
Yeah.
I'm just supporting her. And so she went there and saw it and said, no, this. So that one, we are still. I
didn't hear anything from education whilst we tried to wrap up. Yeah.
Education, as I said, maybe the major.
I know one that you did before you became an MP, which is the institution of the extra classes.
No,
and it is that thing that has made some of us love people like Razak and Adwasum so much, because gone were the days when they struggled to pass. They decided to come and institute these classes to push some of us up, and I am a beneficiary of it. Okay. And I've also come to do several of those classes for the students. And I know you did your own formally, and almost every vacation you paid the university young guys to come and teach their brothers and sisters.
What I did was, Private Life was sponsoring Adas FM. There was a quiz for the junior high school students. I was trying to challenge them psychologically.
Okay.
And before I became MP2, then I moved on to the senior high. That was where I did the vacation classes. Then the senior high, it was more of, I listened to the parents. Actually, they didn't want the undergrads, those in the polytechnic and university, to handle their children. So I have to go and discuss with the kings, their headmaster, the director, and some of their head of department to give me their qualified masters. And they did well. I think for the first 2 years, we're getting more than 700 students that I comes without paying. What I was doing was to give the teachers some token, so that they can train them while they are on vacation. And because of the free senior high, the double track, when the double track came, we were not getting the facility, and even the masters were not also available. But apart from it, when I look at the statistics of the JHS, because Kintampo, when I took over, I was told the maths and the science was a challenge for our junior high students. And when I look at it, it was more of, they were not getting some of the incentives to study. Most of the times, most MPs will support them when a week to the time they are going to write, or sometimes even when they are going to write, they will give them mathematical set, give them some food. And I said, no, director, we can't do it that way. We better give them the mathematical set earlier. So every September, when they for the 4 years, with the exception of this year that we don't have the Form 3, but I've given it to the Form 2 students who will be going to Form 3. Every September, I'll go around, give every JHS 3 child in the constituency one mathematical set.
Wow.
And 3 exercise books.
Wow.
One for maths, the exercise book, one for maths, one for science, and one for BT.
Building and technology and those days, technical skills, technical vocational.
Your number one online radio.
When they got the set, one, it was a motivation that, our MP even think about us, and I also encourage them, and I challenge them that they should study with it. If we don't study with it, I may not support you next time. So it's psychological also motivated them or challenged them, and I was told it improved our past performance from 35 to about 60 something. Though that is not what we were expecting. We were expecting something about 85, but from 35 to 67, I think we've achieved something. So that one, the one mathematical set per JSS student from the beginning of your final year had some impact on it. And I also built a 3 classroom school. That one is not from state fund. I lobbied Blue Skies.
Okay.
I sell mango to Blue Skies. I need mango, so they have some foundation. They came and built a 3 classroom, staff common hall, headmaster's office, and store for where I would say my electoral area.
Yeah, okay.
The PTC Newtown.
Okay.
I know I live at PTC now.
Yeah.
So we gotten that thing, and I'm talking to this man who became the independent candidate. He has some school there.
Nana
B. Because when the children are crossing from PTC through this dual carriage to town for their formative education.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
It's dangerous. So I want maybe they can use it for primary school. So that the children may not cross. If they are even crossing, they will be of age. But I think if we start it, by the time they reach primary 4, we can add up. So that one is there. I also put up a KG at Kobeda, because Kobeda have the primary JSS, but they did not have KG. Okay. So I put this pavilion, 2 classrooms and headmaster's office for them to develop the KG, so that it will be a continuous stream from KG to junior high before they will come to the senior high. And I also did something with the education directorate, their office. I supported them with some painting, and they also have some. They call it actually. There was one. I think the time I visited them to market myself to them during the campaign time. That's where they welcomed me. And the furniture there has not been fit. Teachers who have trained us. So we work, and I supported them. And now if you go there, Kintampo Municipal Education Office, their conference room, it's befitting conference room. The church there is almost like what we see in Job 600 when we visit MPs, our secretariat there. And apart from, as somebody also said, what is the name? Muniru Yaro. There are a lot of young guys are impacted on the financial support, but that's why I did not.
Okay, your last area, in the area of security, because at a point security became an issue. What did you do to help in the area of security? Security,
I couldn't do much because the security apparatus is mostly under the executive.
Yes.
Which is headed by the
MC.
And you see along the line, personally, myself and my MC, we are good friends. But administratively, there's MPP, NDC.
I think today he will regret if he knew you were not going to contest.
Yes.
I'm sure the cattle ranch thing, today he will be regretting. He would have allowed it to come on.
That is one thing that I think farmers voted against him badly.
Yes.
Because I could see the cattle farmers, whom normal people call the Fulanis, and also the Concomers, the crashes that become between. If we have established this,
that was the end.
It would have solved it, and that would have even reduced the security. When we are talking about security, it's not only the crime and the armed robbery, even the crashes between the families, insecurity issues. And that is, I would say, one of the factors that even informed my family to let me step down. Because this is 7.5 million Canadian dollars. Then it will be about 30 million Ghana cedis. I think it was going to be bigger than all the money the state brought to Kintampo in the 4-year term. But because of NDC, MPP, and somebody think when it comes, Kwesi Etuboni is going to get the glory. And for agriculture or agribusiness, that's why I was trained, I've practiced it for almost 30 years. So
this is APFM, your number one online radio across the world.
For Canada to send their Deputy Minister of Agri to be accompanied by our own High Commissioner, His Excellency Ayiko Utu, to come and visit Kintampo, not a state visit. And they were accepting. They invited members of parliament. We went and they said, okay, this is what your man said, and we've approved it. But just what was the wanted resolution?
Yes.
The resolution, like there are some
to owe it after they have finished.
To owe it, and we were going to set up a company to own it, and also there somebody was going to do some or pass some bylaws because they were going to use some year tax. That year tax, they call it tracker. So cattle in Kintampo should wear that year tag, and if you go outside, the cattle run to disturb or destroy anybody's farm. With that tracker, we can track. You can try to know the owner of the cattle or the cattle which went to somebody's farm, and that cattle ranch was going to take about 55,000 cattle. Now Kintampo have about 33,000 heads. So it was a big loss to Kintampo and Ghana, because it was going to even be a pilot or a model cattle ranch. They were going to face milk processing attached to it, because we don't use our milk for our cow, which is economic loss, and the milk was what the cattle farmers were going to used to pay for the grazing right or the grazing fee, and that is one big loss Kintampo. But I don't know, and let's see who will be the next MC. I can activate.
Yes, I can. I'm praying that, Honorable, please. The man who stopped us from getting is out of the equation. We are not going to let him become MC again. That's why he's doing all this fighting. Number two, we have a new MP who is from your side.
Yeah.
Kintampo Connect, we are all going to fight for the assembly to pass a resolution. Thank God now most of the youth are in the assembly now, so that you can go back and reactivate that thing. We need it. We need to create jobs in our community.
I'll say,
before I'll give you a chance to respond and also give your final. We have George Brahma watching us from Kintampo North, and we have Redwan Aziz Temitepo watching us live from Lagos, Nigeria.
Redwan.
Thank you guys for watching us.
Redwan, I think they saw this here.
He's also online. Watching us. Yes, Redwan Clothing, thank you very much for always how do you chaperone our MP for us. Yes. So, Honorable.
Yeah, so I will say maybe to wrap up, I will thank,
yes.
Let me use this opportunity to thank the good people of Kintampo. Kintampo, my madam was say, minimum bush in I don't say,
aha, the country,
I may be ano, Sebi. Edin honorable asere say ononyam ni etimwahye me ne mabusu ononyam edam ase say munya agidi sawe mu ehye ononyam etisa na my de na akwa ekwasiko no gira kwanti a me nya amuda me ba ni na asa betra Kintampo ese me hu ni say na me ye adwuma no say ankora etime bo ama metime di mpuntu e ba Kintampo say bia me the politics be wura mu make ya 2008 metime call World Bank e ko ji ska kakra be bo Kintampo mango mango e ye ka be hwe 2015 and also me call International Institute for Tropical Agriculture RIT e ko ji ska kra de be bo a akuafo be church say kwa e be fa so aye by rempo anti somewhere me be bay he said me enya common fan adwuma na me baby per se me call international level na yakope mpuntu papa bibi say Kintampo ye mango yi ese yitimi enya factory bi na ebe process mango ene cashew apple na ya etotwen nyina ya betimi aba be process na Kintampo afa ntoma pafria menu an mo akuafo enkankan amo akuafo asa na dika de combine bia itimi twa amo wo su ebre be kire mo nyina ebeba ne nyina betra Kintampo na yama yekua adwuma no atumpon ye school asubetumpon.
This is APFM, your number one online radio.
About time for maternity ward no said me yere kai na ebehwe ECC nyina ama.
This is APFM, your number one online radio across the world. This is APFM.
Meda obi biase say mama ya kwanya esommo medamase mani aso de moya mame the party benefo Kintampo me chairman nyina Kintampo mai ananu ahemfo heads of department me chair bia mo hwe mosomfo kwasi to bondi and new end of this month na me de bronya de atwa mo enkola na de bronya na me de obi anu yi ade ebebre o timi da mase mo hwe mani ne yefni bedi new year do be ase bye bye.
Rough Time Records.
Also da mase afeni bedi new year no bye bye. This show was brought to you live from our studios here in Medina New Road, close to La Community Bank, APFM. Sponsored by Vinash Clothing, Choice Cuisine, The Peppers Restaurant, the M.A Sadat Production, Hub Computers, Meba Hub Computers. What's the number office? Meba. Yes. God richly bless you.
Every night and day, used to want me, but I didn't want to know.
Okay, other ones on our corner now. O party nyumba
Social media.